Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Time to start for today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7 as we have ourselves to go enter for the second week of January since the last video from the previous week at the start of 2026. So folks, looks like the Renault Espace F1 1995 is about to step in to go for a second time trial event after Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit with using the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R 1997 as event specified car only. But this is going to get much more impressive out there to have two types of the events on Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps along with Portugal. It's going to get much more quite good effort out there to see some 4 races available and one of them to go listed as event specified race car only. And here we have Brands Hatch Indy Circuit for the Sunny Cup Classic, followed by with Tokyo Expressway Central counterclockwise in Japanese FF Challenge 450. And for Group 4 race cars, as I decided to go for the Alfa Romeo 155 2.5 B6 Ti, as I'm about to be entered to go for the World Touring Car 700 to get 3 prizes with credit tickets all at once to go for a grand total of 800,000 Gran Turismo credit. But this time, you'll have to bring out to have one menu to be available before visiting to the GT Cafe to be participate and go stop by on the seasonal menu. But don't forget viewers, every 2 weeks we'll always have to go for expected lookout to see which kinds of the 3 cars we'll be able to get. I'll have to do it right now, and this time 5 races, including 1 brand new time trial event is about to be set and good to go. We'll have to go for a lineup progress and see how the classic cars will be stepping in. And it's going to be the moment of nostalgia. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to start for today's weekly challenge. After last week, it turns out very nice and one special race at Yas Marina Circuit for the Gran Turismo F3500-A and B version turns out impressive and nighttime by display to go for a full coverage as the style of the 1990s F1 racing scene. But the cycle goes on to have some 3 different set of challenges since the special race has already been cleared from the first week, and here we are right now in the second week to go for only 1 time trial available until the mission challenge will be expected to be on the lookout until the 3rd week of this month in January. Every 3 weeks, we'll have to bring out to have 1 different challenge available along with some 4 different set of race event available. Things are about to get much more progress in session, and I'm about to start out and take on Sunny Cup Classic for race 1 at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit to go 2 laps by using the Aston Martin DB5. It's about to be prepared and go setting up on comfort medium tires to be stationed in 444.78 performance points. I must get ready and have the first race will go easy before moving on in stage number 2 at Tokyo Expressway Central counterclockwise for the Japanese FF Challenge 450 as I decided to go for race number 3 in Portugal at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps as I had decided to save it for a penultimate stage later on in the Renault Espace F1 1995. And I'm surely that I might have to save it for only 1 concept race car right after this, so I had to go and take the first 3 events what to be on the progress in lineup order. First lap is up, and I'm about to take the first turn to get behind on the 1968 Fiat 500F to go down the hill. Much more easier out there to have the best kind of a classic road car every year viewers, but this DB5 will go skilled and formidable to go climbing up and achieve the objective by finishing first place before at the end of the second lap. So I got myself in 4th place. Moving on in Sector 2 to go eyes on overtake to catch up on Kilian Drummond in the Citroën DS21 Pilas 1970 and L. Herbert in 2nd place on the Volkswagen Golf Mark 1 GTI as well. Final sector comes in and take that inside apex before it catches up towards Gallo in about 2.7 seconds to take the last turn. We'll be stepping up if you're about to go for only one best of the classic road car, just like the Shelby Cobra. Okay, brilliant. Now let's go hold down the brakes and take the dance at the first turn. We'll proceed to the final lap. The pleasure is about to go for upper hand advantage, so I have to take the brake zone and go on the inside as possible to have a good procedure on turn 2. It'll do the honor very nicely, viewers. Just have to take 2 more sectors left to go. Fastest lap time is 1 minute 3.520 seconds. We'll have to go for a cherry on for one good DB5 classic moment. So I already got first place in the lead. You'll have to take a good final sector to take the last turn and keep it nice and whole, just like what you're about to be using in the Polestar 5 Performance 2026 since the previous time trial event to go for a special one. Final stretch comes in and switching up to go in gear number 4 and have the lap time to go placed by 1 minute and 1 second to have a good eyes on a decimal count. So that's first event clear, 4 more to go, and let's have a good look for the outcome standings after finishing in first position for the Aston Martin DB5 1964 to go for a skill of a classic nostalgia. But I just really enjoy for only one good kind of a classic road car and brings out to have a total race time in 2 minutes 5.192 seconds, and here is the fastest lap right now, folks. 0.672 seconds by a round in a minute and 1 second to be finishing up to go faster run in lap number 2. But brilliant, first steps might have to go with classic road cars if you're about to go for a Shelby Cobra or any kinds of best high performance classic road car to go station to have a style of the 20th century. So that's 7,500 GT credits to be earned, obtained, and 100,000 Gran Turismo credit has been well earned to go for the progress and double up on the combo amount. Now let's do this for only one short intermission to have a good eyes on a thumbnail image just to see one DB5 to go in the spotlight. Very nice. Now I'll have to switch up to go for a Total Drama Racing outfit and help myself after finishing up to go save a replay before proceed to Tokyo Expressway in Central District. We'll go race and counterclockwise for the Japanese FF Challenge 450 at stage number 2. Time for me to move on and ready up to help myself to go for the 1990s nostalgia JDM road car as I pick the 1998 Honda Integra Type R DC2 with the Redunculous Race Devon. We'll join on the track and take 3 laps around the highway. Just for me with no upgrades, tires only, is the best choice of the option that you might need to save enough currency credits to go for only one high performance race car or road car when you're about to be visiting to the Brand Central used car dealership and Legend car dealership. But that will be the best possibility to save enough GT credits in the meantime, viewers. Just give you a heads up on notice, so I have to go race on session to be 10th place. We'll go rolling start at the ready. And I doubt for new subscribers will be more likely to help me out and get full support by reaching 1500 to have my best objective for my channel. So let's go understeer racing for stage 2. Here I come, and condition forecast is about to go for partly cloudy. Once I have to get closer to be reaching up in first place to catch up towards Robert Heck and the Mazda CX-30 X Smart Edition 2021. Third turn clear. Now, gonna have to drive well to keep it nice and clean to get closer to have eyes on Japanese front-wheel drive sports car to have some classic and modern-day vehicle. Just like the Toyota C-HRS 2018 as I moves on in Sector 2 by putting myself to go in 7th place. Dive down below and perform to go for a clean racing line once I had to get closer towards Gallo and a Honda Civic SI Extra EF model 1987 in about 0.4 seconds. 6 places going up, and 5 more Japanese front-wheel drive road cars to be left standing before the third sector is coming up the clock. Almost there. I have a good eye on T Yamanaka in a Honda Integra Type R DC2 in the same year model, decided to go switch up and amp up the pace to get closer on Igor Fraka and T Iman in about a few more sectors onto the range gap by 2.2. Got to keep it nice and slow. Gonna have to go light brake check, and I see two of them before proceed at the end of the first lap. Final corner comes in, and I'll have to take the left side and double up and roll it out onto the main double overtake. Okay, that's more like it. Let's go for lap number 2 for the fastest lap time in a minute 45.789 seconds. That should do very nicely to go for one good kind of a late 90s nostalgia sports car is the best seat in the track. Just only have 2 more FF sports cars to go, including one single crossover SUV. Momentarily, things are about to get a little bit much more less crowded to have 3 front-wheel drive sports cars accompany. One second generation Suzuki Switch Sport is in second, and Robert Heck is still remain ongoing defense to stay in the lead. Just have to go around and switch up onto the same strategy like usual, and wait until the upper hand to go roll up onto the highway hill. And there we go. One Total Drama, the Redonkulous Race livery, is in the lead. But so far so good. I really bet I still might need to catch up to do some more progress of planning to have both of my fan art projects, as Vision Total Drama is about to be initiated to be pending ongoing, while having some brand new sets of Suspension Camp liveries that related to the 5th season in Fans vs. Papers. But I can't go on without it. This will have to take a little bit more extra surprise after unveiled the Ferrari 296 GTB 2022 when racing at Circuit Gilles Briouloux for a special race since the previous weekly challenges back from December 2025. But however, they will be having some 4 new sets of upcoming Suspension Camp fan art liveries that related to the 5th season, and you'll wait and see. And exactly for only one Total Drama fan art livery to have to go for the continuation by the latest, after the newest one will have to stay on hold. But here comes the final lap. Still got this one, and update the record to go for the same time and add the point decimal in 579 seconds. Let's feel the drive and go understeer on sports car nostalgia, just to be finishing up and wrap up on the first sector before heading back on sector 2 to go clean racing line. Okay, the forecast is still coming around and partly cloudy, no sign of incoming rain. Let's have a good check on the radar. Looks like there might be some light spots are about to be expected to go for a shape-up coverage. Still in one piece and no sign of single drip on the ring. But very much more faster out there to go all the way, along with some few opponents to go for a station gap distance by 11 seconds. Just have to get closer and have the 5th gear where to go up in just 122 miles per hour before the next turn and final sector. We'll have to take the last part. Okay, there we go. Just take one more turn to go and make the final stretch. We'll be rolling down until the finish line is about to go mark up the podium. So here it is right now, and I'm about to take first place. Challenge number 2 complete, and second check mark has been received in about 3 more to go. Terrific, and one Total Drama fan art livery to have a spin-off has now been obtained to go for a podium placement to be finished in first. One good part of the best friends team like Kerry and the Mazda Roadster S model to have the 4th gen to be well listed to go for an FR challenge, and the FF challenge to go place by the total time in 5 minutes 11.642 seconds, and the fastest lap time to go for the 3rd lap to be clear, and have myself to go for a minute 40.274 seconds before heading up to Circuit Spa-Francorchamps to have 2 events only, including one Renault Espace F1 time trial event. So that's 67,500 GT credits, 4-star roulette ticket due to the practice attempt on the workout session to get myself and get trained to have one short intermission to have a replay content on the number 2 event. Now let's try this and skip it for only 20 seconds or more. Or make it like 30 seconds, and here is the next part right over here to be take place, is I had to go double up on overtake before coming out at the second tunnel. Just look at this, viewers. One good, excellent 3 JDM road cars and company, including one crossover SUV. But this spot right over here is just what I need. That's more like it. Second content replay save. Now let's go proceed to Porsche Cup, and this one might have to save it later on for the time trial event until the first raceway for the WTC 700 to go on standby before heading up, and just have to take one stop by visit to have 2 lists of the events to go for Porsche Cup and the Renault Espace F1 1995 to go for a sector of the time trial challenge. I wonder how it's going to be played out before I proceed myself to have a penultimate stage number 4 after taking part in Porsche Cup. By my guess, if it's going to be taking on in the first sector around in turn 1 through turn number 5 at the Route Rouge, but this will bring out to have the best throwback classic from Gran Turismo 2 on the license test. Is it going to get much more excited out there? Or do we be having a different layout course as well, but this will get much more better out there as we're about to take on in the Sector 2 for newest time trial event. Now on to the Porsche Cup, so I have to be ready and have my UDRS Inspirtech livery on the 911 GT1 Stratton version 1997 to be checked, and sports hard compound tires to be available onto the restriction to be checked, and heading out after Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix layout with no chicane after last week, and this week same event as ever to go for a different course, as I'm about to go for best kind of a Porsche road car since the 911 Carrera RS Type 993 1995 for the UDRS Inspirtech livery. Hope I'm ready and halfway point to go upon arrival to be station check, and weather forecast condition is about to go for partly cloudy. So let's see how it goes, and not yet to be take place for the first sector in the Renault Espace F1 1995, but however it's about to take place for the next time trial event to be racing around on Spa-Francorchamps at Sector 2. But correction has been well assured, so I'll have to get down to do the racing focus to get up in first place in about 5 laps right after the participation in Porsche Cup as the 3rd stage of the event. Time to go hill climb on the Route Rouge and station up the grip. Got a good eyes on Adriana Carrazza in the Porsche 911 GT3 Type 997 2009, and go double overtake to have a passing procedure before heading up, and Sector 2 is at to get down and do the warm-up to have eyes on in turn number 7. So I had to get behind on N. Edgar in position 11. Just have turn 9 to go right here, make it nice and slow, and amp up the acceleration before go down in turn number 10. Okay, so very clever. So I have to take the inside and come around to go on turn 10 to get closer on Tristan Bayless and T. Miyamoto in about 1.5 seconds left to go. That is all clear for turn 11, and grid standings are about to go change up and reorganize after taking some few moments on practice, so I had to get it the right moment. Okay, Tristan is in 9th place, so I had to get behind on Miyamoto before the campus comes in and go clear on the Pujon at turn 12. Okay, that's the ticket. Just have to take the 13th turn and go use up the apex. Drive well to see the road going 911 GT1 Stratton version is about to stay on track and go shape up to get closer for only one total gap distance in about 14.2 seconds. Let's have the final sector comes in and comes around. Gonna make sure to catch up to Haltman and have the right side to go passing overtake. Okay, that's more like it. proceed to position 8, and I'll have to get behind on Eberhardt in 7th place, and then the last turns will have to go remain on the chicane at turn 19 and 20. Okay, just got my good skills to be locked in, and just have to go exit out on the main procedure line. So looks like time attack on standby before finishing up on the first lap and go right ahead to the second lap. Okay, looks like it's doing well nicely. So I got this one to go 6th place in the bag, and 5 more Porsche Sports opponents, including Jose Serrano in the Porsche 902 Carrera GTS, is in the scene. Gotta make sure to keep it nice and tight, avoid the contact, and don't a little bit too much the pressure. Okay, one Porsche Carrera GTS Type 904 has been overtaken. Moving on and step up closer to help myself to go in 4th place in about 8.3 seconds to go. Okay, there's Angel Inestrosa in 3rd place. Porsche 959 1987 is about to get closer in about 2.3 seconds. Here comes the rain, and windshield wipers to be turned on to go seen by a few seconds until now. Just have to keep hold down the handling. Good thing doing one good excellent lap time challenge at LCH test course or the village, but I still remember back then when I was gonna use this Porsche 911 GT1 Stratton version at the village layout to go full course and exercise train at the ready. But things will have to go much more different out there to have one Porsche Cup to be putting up and stay on the right track, as I had to go onward to be maintain focus to stay on top in the first position grid. Only 2 more left. Few raindrops coming around and windshield wipers to be well seen to go turn on automatically. Got to hold the grip, and let's see the surveillance on the weather radar. Okay, looks like it's about to get a little bit intense, so I have to stay and wait until the full blue spots are about to go upon the arrival, and I'll have to use the full traction to stay on the grip. Okay, there's T. Sukovara in the Porsche 911 GT3 Type 996 2001 in 2nd place. Okay, just stay on the apex and keep it right on the track. Just save it for my headache. Patrick Basson comes in, so I have to stay on it and have my fastest lap time to go place in 2 minutes 44.184 seconds. Halfway there in the 3rd lap, so here comes the full wet percentage, so I had to keep it and stay on a tip-top shape. The pleasure is all about to have the best moment for the GT1 Porsche 911 Stratton version. Just have to go race around and race around to go dancing. Only down to 5.5 seconds, almost there. I can hardly feel it to get closer towards Patrick Basson's current distance. Just have to stop around to go back to sector 2 and have that position to go right here on turn number 7 and come around to go use up the apex at turn 8. Okay, there we go. Looks like the rain stopped and the clouds are about to be expected to go roam around, as we're about to have a good eyes on the display to go back into the sunny day forecast. Okay, there we go. Just had to go for a splendid turn on number 10 to get closer and get back on the inside formation to have a right spot in turn 11. Just almost there to have one turn up ahead at the Puhan. Okay, very nice. Just maintain on the handling. Don't push yourself, otherwise you'll have to lose your grip and cause yourself by having a spin out. Just have to exit on turn 14 and wait for it. Drive well to go full stretch a little bit shorter and have the 15 turn to come right in to be finishing up at the end of the second sector to go back in sector 3. It's going to get a little bit fast and heavy, so I have to work up the grip and get closer before moving to the next lap, as I have to get closer to have the next weather forecast to go expected for some more rain. Almost there, down to 0.6 seconds. I'll have to let Bassan to go first, and I'll have to get behind him as well to have the 19 and 20 chicane. Check, mark on the apex, and go right in onto the main formation to go for the next lap after the third lap is about to go clear. Okay, now let's put up on the traction, so to go for TCS2 or TCS1. Okay, I see some dry spots. Now's the time to go right in and get closer before heading up at turn 3 entrance at the Irat Rouge. Okay, fortune favors the paces, and the dry spot is about to go for a safe zone ever yet to be drilled. Okay, that's the spirit. So I got first place in the lead and go back at sector 2 to go for S turns on turn 7 through turn 9. Got to go shake up the paces and stay together. One 911 GT1 will have to go going faster paces to stay in the lead, and the time attack roses on and gets skillful will be followed up for a grade of racing competition. Okay, Patrick Bassan is about to go for a little bit more offense, so I have to stay on track and tip top to go back on the Puhan at turn 12. And there we go. Puhan has been checked clear for the 4th time, and get back for myself at the campus. So I have to drive well to keep it nice and very fortune steady. Okay, looks like today's driving distance, so I have to go clear on turn 15. And here's 25.8 miles to go for the update distance as I go rolls on in the final sector at the 4th lap. But looks like no sign of incoming rain towards Spa-Francorchamps, and that means it's all safe and good news to have the forecast to go remain by partly cloudy. So I must have to keep going and have the chicane to come back once more. Just almost there before the time trial will be coming up soon, so I have to stay on track and go full racing ledge time attack to proceed to the final lap. And here goes the fastest lap time to be improved to go for a steady up balance in 2 minutes 39.533 seconds. So I had to go shake up the paces and feel the need for speed for a GT1 wheel going competition to have one more time session to get closer to be right back at the Irat Rouge. Just have one touch of the apex to go here, exiting on turn 5, and go right in to have the main spot procedure at turn 6. Just wait until the active distance. We'll have to go change the update into 30 miles from here until now. And here it goes. Just to go clarify to have the road going stage, and then right at the tip top to have the right spot to go around on turn 10 to go steady up as usual. Okay, total time elapsed, doing well, and gonna have to go crank up the next music, so I had to go back on the Puhan. So I do believe, after putting up on the second week of January weekly challenge, I'll have to keep working up and have some brand new batches of dispenser camp liveries to be having some 4 more upcoming liveries that related to the 5th season in Fans vs. Favors, as I decided to go style in green, and then the fans to go style in yellow, and the favors will have to go design in purple. And that is why the only possibility is I have to keep work up for Dreamart livery style dispenser and some other various activities, so I have to keep up and just had to get myself to go work up to be overcome to face many obstacles any way I can, and then this will have to go for a procedure to have my complete accomplishments along with Vision Total Drama. Just only have one UDRS Inspotech livery to be set afoot, as I had to go proceed onward to have the first batch of the upcoming GT7 content update for January 2026. But I don't know how it's going to be look like after the big release of Spectre update. The spirit of Gran Turismo 7 will be going to proceed, and moving forward we'll have to step up and race well like we're about to have the best element of opportunity. So there we go. Dirt race has been clear, check, and complete by 2 more to go. Just only have one special time trial event to be upcoming to be confirmed for the 4th time ever, and then D-Force Raceway will be awaits me to have myself to go for the Alfa Romeo 155 B6 Ti 1993. We'll have to go hold on standby. Well, looks like Adriano Carrazza did a good job out there to be well packed up to go climbing up into the top 3 position along with Patrick Bassan. Ends up here for myself in a total time of 13 minutes 36.447 seconds. I'll have to try harder next time, but this will go for a focusing fastest lap time as I have to keep up and go work up the Porsche favors. Now that should do very nicely to go for 131,250 credits, and adds up to go double up on the prices in 50%, and plus 200,000 GT credit on the ticket has been obtained and acquired. And here comes the replay intermission, so I have to go on duration and have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go for eyes on the dumb new image. It's going to be take place around by turn 10, so that should do very nicely. And one content replay with my UDRS livery will be added to the list, and then let's go for the Renault Espace F1 1995. We'll go sector 2 on time trial to have ourselves to go work it for the test. As I have to sit back and wait for the forecast, we'll change it into sunny day. Alright folks, time to go time trial number 2. Here we go, and try to finish with a bronze or better by using the Renault Espace F1 1995 as event specified only. But this time, as we're about to go rolling start in turn number 5 at the exit at the Air Rouge, it'll have to go all the way to have sector 2 will be take place, and then the finish line will have to go place up as well before finishing up on turn number 11 by the main exit. But you might have to go fast and quickly because the part-time objective is about to be set in 51 seconds in case that you might have to go work hard and reach up the goal. But this will have to go for an amp up to have ourselves to go for Assault Racing compound tires, just like the last time back from Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit for the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R 1997. But the possibility to have itself to go for a target time goal objective in only just additional by 0.4 seconds by around in 51. So I must get ready, and do will be having one extra corner by taking the Puhan is going to be bring out the extra. Let's have the start position to come right here and use the left side before entered on turn 7. Just have to brake well, keep the main turn to go follow the line as you're about to take turn 8, and get closer out there to go for an inside exit at turn 9. Very nice. Let's go for turn 10, and just have to go for the brake zone. Whenever you see the apex, just use it and drive well to keep the handling to stay in one piece. But same goes as you're about to take the 11th turn. Just save it until the Puhan will be expected and be ready for everything. Just have to keep going and have that pressure up. So you might have to go commit quickly and then the part-time ejected once you're about to get the hang of it. But so far so close, and ends up here to be placed on the silver in 51.471 seconds. Maybe close enough, so I had to go for attempt number 2. So I had to go fast, quickly, as I had to take on turn 7 to go quicker up on the F1 skill commit. So let's try this again. And brake zone comes in and go right at the apex to go for the inside position right over here. As you can see, viewers, this is going to be the one easiest trick ever made to do this one once you're about to go clear and exit out on turn 9, until this will have to go for only one procedure to come around to have the inside apex to be positionized on turn 10. The closest ever, and the handling will be able to help you out to go for a skill set once you're about to be achieved and passed around to go obtain to have a well done on turn 11, until coming back and go faster up on the quick grip commit on the Buhan, and then the inside of the apex to go in and out, and then the main goal to have the right side to go for the best cue of the exit. But so far so good, and just only have one additional extra attempt to have my new record to be updated into 50.976 seconds. Okay, looks like let's have a good look on the replay, and this one is going to be faster, basic, and will skill formidable for the Renault Espace F1. Is the best seat on the track to go for a daytime condition around in Spa-Francorchamps. And here it goes right now to have turn 7 comes in and have the faster up on turn number 8, and then go straight right ahead on turn 9 to have the right position and left side of the track before enter in, and comes around to go for a brake zone to have the good line on turn 10. Now see that, viewers? The only example to have yourself skill and get trained to have the Espace F1 is the faster F1 minivan racer ever yet to be drilled. But so far so good on turn 11, and here comes the best part on the Buhan at turn 12. Just have the perfect line to go check, and good on the main part on the apex to go in and cross the line to have the best record, as I did by only one attempt to be well placed on the silver in 51.471 seconds, and go update by 1 second behind in 50.976. Now that's a good stunning minivan F1 race car ever designed to be built on the track. So I had to call this for only one content replay save, so I had to save it later on before the next day, as I had to be prepared myself to go to D-Force Raceway for the World Touring Car 700. And there goes 60,000 GT credits, and hopefully this brings out to have one attempt only to go for a workup session in 6.7 miles. And so it all comes down to have one race to go, uncheck and participate, and have one tuning requirement to go for only 1% on power restrictor has now been well matched, and go placed in 699.05 performance point at 538 horsepower with some few changes, and have the racing medium compound tires is about to be checked and ready to go to have 8 times the tire wear and 12 times fuel consumption rate. I'll do what it takes if I had to be prepared myself to go for one last batch of the stage to go for a Group 4 competition to have a one good 1993 DTM race car will go up and achieve the best possibility to be finished in first place by the mark of the podium. One time a pit only, so I'd be preferred to have myself to go for a full-on length of the medium compound tires to be checked, and will grip up the balance to be amped up for only one medium turbocharged RPM is rearing up, and go for a full speed acceleration in the spirit of competition. So I must get ready, and this will do for only one more stage left to go before visiting to the GT Cafe to have a good look on 3 cars in the seasonal menu. Time to go lean 6, and here I go. First lap is about to get underway by starting out to go overtake at Daniel Solis in the Alfa Romeo 4C Group 4, and then Simon Bishop in the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4. Coast is clear on the first sector, no sign of incoming minor mistake by calling out on the yellow flag signal, just have to keep moving on, and this race is about to get much more clever out there to go skill on 3 sectors around in deep forest. Decide to go short slipstream and field the master of the classic DTM race car for the Alfa Romeo 155 2.5 B6 Ti is about to get skill on all-wheel drive racing style competition. Got to get behind Antti Kato in the Audi TT Cup 2016. Slipstream is going well short second and amp up the acceleration to go up in 150 miles per hour to go up in 130 miles per hour as the third sector to go catch up and get closer out there before the second hairpin. Okay, good signal on the apex, so I must go for the inside. Side by side comes in for Lamborghini and Honda for Renault Haywood and Baleo Gallo. Renault Haywood takes the 13th place, decide to go dive in and make that final turn to go for all-wheel drive best skill opportunity for a nostalgia classic race car. First lap clear. Time lap has been well placed up to go seen in a minute, 38.129 seconds. So let's go catch up onto all-wheel drive Group 4 race car on Giamangelo and Mikhail Hasal for the Subaru WRX Group 4 and Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Final Edition Group 4. Hold on, looks like this could be a little bit more trouble out there for Genesis on the G70 GR4 on C. Healy. Drop down from position 9 to position 12. But no turning back for this moment, so I have to keep up and keep racing clean on the focus once I have to get up onto the top 3 position by achieve in first place any way I can. Okay, there goes the 10th turn. Only down to 20.5 seconds left. Only 8 remain Group 4 cars to go. But this may get a little bit good start out there for the official online qualifiers for the Gran Turismo World Series 2026 for the Manufacturers Cup and Nations Cup. I bet it's going to get much more preparation to see some new faces of the Gran Turismo competitors and the return ones since the past season. But talk about having a one good excellent moment for this year's season for the GTWS is the style of fans versus favorites when it comes to have the participation to go enter for the new set of the season for the Manufacturers Cup. But I do believe it will be having some 12 manufacturer brands to be participate for this year for the GTWS on the main set of the competition along with Nations Cup. But we'll have to wait and see because it's only just the main start to go for a new chapter of the beginning since last year back from 2025. Decide to go for the third lap. Time lap is still remained to go faster by a minute, 38.129 seconds after the second lap to go for stepping up to go for a faster up effort. Start to get behind on Kei Kawakami in the Lexus RCF Group 4. Got to take the 8 and 9 turn coming up. And smooth sailing as I had to go brake zone to go safe check on turn 10. Okay, solid fine work. It's only down to 57% to go on the fuel, so I had to go buy some time and wait until the 5th lap at the end of the run, so I had to go prefer to do one time at the pits to keep using on the same tire compound. Every single lap counts. The race will go on and get skill out there to have one pack up Group 4 car to be adding up on the turbocharged RPM to go slightly in the medium. But almost there to catch up to M. Mendoza in the Aston Martin B8 Vantage Group 4. I'll have to take the left side and go full stretch to be faster on the improvement in only just a minute, 35.506 seconds. Down to 15.8 seconds left and update to go change up the gap by almost in 16. So I had to push hard for myself and step it up to do it rolling one thing at a time. Have the apex to go check and get closer on T Yamanaka in the Toyota GR Supra GT4 race car 2019 in about 1.2 seconds. Sightseeing right now. Gotta go commit on the main turn at number 9. Good pass, and this will do the same thing on turn number 10, just like the last turn by the previous. So far so good, and fuel percentage is about to get a little bit more partially to hold down in 40%. Time for me to go hairpin number 2 for having an out and out basic skill check, and curb up to go touch the apex as Chevrolet and Dodge are about to be proceed onward before the next lap is about to be entered in the halfway point at the 5th lap. And that means for Patrick Basson in the Suzuki Swift Group 4 to be stay remain on the pits. He always had to be preferred to go for the hard racing compound tires and percentage to be placed from 16% and go preferred by automatically to suited to go recommend. Time to go 5th lap, and almost good enough to have a full max capacity for Suzuki. However, Chevrolet and Dodge are about to go all-out battle since the decades from the 2000s. But talk about having a duel of arch rivalry, 2 American manufacturer brands are about to go at it for only one matter of the exercise for the future online qualifiers for the Gran Turismo World Series. It's only down to 6 seconds left. Gonna have to keep up and keep going out there to have a good odds on the fuel percentage down to 27%. The handling skills to be well resonate. Fastest lap time to be checked. Solid fine work in 1 minute 32.168. So I see 2 of them right now. You're about to have the hairpin to come right in, so I have to go follow the trail and momentarily to go ready up on 1 pit stop available. Okay, right on cue. So I had to join both of them as well and have the racing medium tires to be checked and suited up to go for a placement balance of recommend fuel. But I'll have to stay as possible to go for 100% to be good to go and get back in action until the next lap after few opponents are about to get much more likely to have a chance to go for an update grid of standings in about the top 3 positions. Have my team to be ready up to have the new set, refuel coming up, and go full capacity to be marked at 100%. Now there we go. Get us new and pit exit. Outlap is about to go set and active. Just have to go catch up for the top 3 drivers. Patrick Basson is now going directly to help himself to be in first place along with Ed Portela in the Dodge Viper Group 4 and Ed McEwen in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 4. Let's take the pressure, and the honor is about to go for a skilled racing line for the DTM Alfa Romeo 155 2.5 B6 Ti 1993 to get down on 4th position after the pit stop to go exit out. Got to step it up on turn 10, and for the moment, every DTM race car to be well skilled and get tested in terms of improved speeds of aerodynamics ever since from the 1990s of the DTM racing grade competition. One good excellent exact moments to see the good skill for the Alfa Romeo 155 to stay on the main track and get focused with some modern day Group 4 cars on the course. So I barely might have to keep things up to go for a little bit, and the race will goes on, and the pressure will take the dive down onto the final corners to be exact remains to go for the last step of the apex. So here comes the outlap to be set by Proceed to go entered in lap 7. Here comes the 4 Group 4 race car company to have 3 modern and 1 classic DTM race car to take the first turn. Superb, brilliant battle, and double overtake comes in to save it for only one. Dodge Viper Group 4 is about to get down in 0.4 seconds remain by behind. Gonna have to go to bind the handling and take the second sector. Come on, just have to keep up and go short seconds on slipstream when dealing with the corner. Okay, he's about to go for pulling out the brake. Now's my chance. And first place in the lead to take the 10th turn to go steady up and make the defense. We'll have to go amp up onto the main distance to go for short seconds. Alright, third sector coming up, and the time attack will go resume during 3 more laps to go remain. I was waiting for the moment to have one single nostalgia race car as a Group 4 category for the WTC 700 after taking some free time at Le Mans. But it would be much more pleasure out there if they would be having some more Group 4 cars to be expected for this month in the future update. But however, the Hyundai Elantra GT4 race car is going to get much more likely to have the first time ever to see a single kind of a sedan racing vehicle to be tracked and go modification to be outfitted to have a good placement for the upcoming GTWS season. But that would be much more possible if any Gran Turismo players are about to be decided to go with Hyundai this year, and it's going to get much more pleasure out there to have some more manufacturer brands to go for a challenging session and qualifying order as to be planned, and go for the audition preparation for this year is going to get much more different out there. But I do believe it, and I bet coming up in March for the first round of the 2026 GTWS is about to be set hosted to have a right start in Abu Dhabi. But you may already know by watching the World Finals at Fukuoka, and it's going to get much more brilliant to see how it turns out to have the first steps by taking part for only one good excellent World Tour in Abu Dhabi. But I can't wait to see how it goes well, and this is going to be a paradise in competition. So I have to keep up the good racing work. 8 lap is about to be over soon. Gap distance to be checked by 10.1 seconds and still remains ongoing as well. Okay, here comes the penultimate lap on number 9. Fastest lap time on the 4th lap to be still remains by a minute, 32.168 seconds. Okay, first turn's already clear. Patrick Besson is entered the pits for the second time of this year. Got to keep going and stay under pressure to have a hold down the field position on lane 6 in about 47%. So let's go back in sector 2. Just have to keep on racing, stay clean, and the pleasure is about to do the respect of the DTM Racing Nostalgia will go all the way towards the finish line. Just stay on track. Just might have to take a little bit more push on the whole acceleration gas. Looks like I'm about to go trailblazer at a short period moment. Got to go brake zone check and have the inside to go perform the line check and make it much more impressive to go for a masterpiece of the skilled professional driver. Okay, there we go. Full stretch coming up, and not yet at least. Final lap is here, so I must go for it and give it all I got to have one more push to go for taking a time attack by doing a last resort. And now, this will go for a racing dance and style to be prepped up to go for a faster effort to go on lane 3. It'll have to keep up the good control on the handling in terms of speed and cornering. So I have a good eye on C. Healy in 20th position. Blue zone's out, and the marshals are about to go waving with a flag. Time to switch things up to go on power 1 and full acceleration. Here I go and drop the hammer. Racing in to go once more to have a final sector left to go. It's going to get much more brilliant out there to see the Alfa Romeo 155 2.5 B6 Ti 1993 with the UTRS Inspirtech livery mixed base replica. It's about to go for only one more turn to go to have the last resort. But it's going to get a little bit more high stakes, and the pressure is about to be down to 14%. Almost there. Just have that good mark on the apex to have the right side is going to check, and part time to go under by a minute and 30 seconds. Yes, Team UTRS Inspirtech for the win in first position to be marked at the podium. Good run and good faster on the effort to see the DTM race car is about to go for a first position at the golden spot in the podium. Now that's nostalgia competition indeed as well, to have a total time in 16 minutes, 9.79 seconds, and the fastest lap time on number 10 goes right in by a minute, 29.096 seconds. Incredible, and one competition time attacker has been obtained to go earn sub in 110,000 Gran Turismo credit without a double up bonus by 50%. So there you go. Daily workout has been received, and one credit ticket has been acquired to go for 500,000 Gran Turismo credit before doing one intermission on the final part of the replay for the weekly challenge in the second week of January. So let's try in 7 minutes and 30 seconds to be take place right over here onto the main scene to catch up on Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 4 and Dodge Viper Group 4. Just have to go for a capture the thumbnail image, next part on the scene, and this will do very nicely to go right over here. So, good thing I already saved a content replay, and this will do very nicely to have all events, including with the Renault Espace F1 1995 at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for a time trial challenge, and this time going one stop by visit to the GT Cafe to have a good look on 3 cars as part of the seasonal menu, and then the GT Garage will go triple payday to have some good prices on the roulette tickets to be suitable to go initially available. And I believe if they will bring out to have one good best price available to be decided to have one come in 4-star roulette ticket, or have the best rare part to go for a 5-star or 6-star roulette ticket, so I had to take a good look. For today's seasonal menu, this will bring out to have 2 road car and a single Gran Turismo F3500-B along with Ferrari 296 GTB 2022 and the Polestar 5 Performance 2026. And there's a 5-star roulette ticket has been received rewards, and this is going to get much more impressive to have ourselves to go serving up and collect 3 cars we'll receive to have the best prize ever yet. And there you go. One good 5-star roulette ticket will be delivered directly to the GT Garage, and this will bring out to have the reminder of expiration in about 14 days left to go until the date is about to be set until January 25th, 2026. Now, this is going to get much more interesting out there to have one menu available to be taking part for the seasonal menu to collect all the cars at once, and 3 of them as they are about to be expected to be on the lookout in every 2 or 3 weeks. But we'll wait and see, and it's going to get much more quite good start out there to have the first 3 vehicle, and this one to go for the second time ever after the introduction of GT7 Spectre update. Alright, let's go. 11 gifts available and triple payday on 3 credit tickets to go for a combo chain in 800,000 GT credits. Just want to get back on track and momentarily to go update in almost 66 million GT credits for a grand total. Now I'll have to do for only 2 3-star tickets and 5 4-star and 1 for the best 5-star roulette ticket after acquired from the seasonal menu. So first up, just have to go for only 1 best selection gift and small payday to go earn up in 1,000 credits. But make it like 5,000 credit as well, and I'll have to go for a second 3-star ticket to go for best rarity of luck. Just come on. Got to go in 500,000 GT credit or the Hyundai Genesis. Nope, maybe one part has been received and have a height lip camshaft on the compatible vehicle for the Mazda Atenza Sedan XDL Package 2015. Now then, 5 4-star ticket is going green light and I had to go hard for the best luck of choice. Which one should I get? And close call for comfort, and I'm almost had it to have one good 500,000 GT credit and the racing crankshaft for the 2019 Chevrolet Corvette C7 CR1. I'll have to keep it for a while, and second 4-star is up. Now, I'll have to find which one should I get, avoid the invitation requirement, and there we go right now for the 2014 McLaren 650S. Another kind of a hypercar has been collected and main base color is storm gray. Now excellent and update by a million and adds up to go 4,318 points. I'll have to keep it for only one good hypercar in the garage and momentarily to have this one to go sell out by visiting to the used car dealership. Now let's go 3 4-star ticket, and which one should I get? And stop the spin right here for 30,000 Gran Turismo credits. Okay, closing up. Only 2 more lap and save it for a 5-star ticket. It's gonna be race car or a credit ticket, just which one is which. 10,000 credits and small comment on the payday. Okay, only 2 more tickets left, so have to keep up and race well like every day. Okay, close call to get the Ferrari invitation, and another 10,000 credits will have to go update to my current balance. Just almost 100,000 credits to go to get up on 66 million. Last ticket, 5-star roulette ticket has been coming up and open up the gift. So I must go hard for the best luck of choice. And here is the Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision Gran Turismo Racing Series. Very nice and good for the cyan trim and base black color. Amazing and good, terrific for a race car Vision GT concept car. So I'll have to keep it for the garage, and this time it'll have to be requested to go for update interior treatment for only one Vision Gran Turismo car. So it's nice to see how one featured time trial challenge at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the Renault Espace F1 as a specified event only, along Porsche Cup as well. Other 3 events, such as Brands Hatch Indy Circuit for the Sunday Cup Classic, is I had to go James Bond in style to be using with the 1964 Aston Martin DB5 is quite good vintage to go skill on expert for a British racing circuit, along with Tokyo Expressway Central counterclockwise in Japanese FF Challenge 450 to go for the 1998 Honda Integra Type R DC5 as well. For a moment, as I always had to go for the Total Drama livery in the Redonkulous race variation of Devon, skill and JDM front wheel drive in style, just like the 1995 counterpart to the same Honda Integra Type R DC5. Much more possible, but hopefully it'll have to do for only one good skill of the expert, just like the Alfa Romeo 155 2.5 B6 Ti at D-Force Raceway in the World Touring Car 700. Nostalgia DTM race car at its finest to face up with some modern day Group 4 cars, skill and all-wheel drive to be packed up to get tested out there after the previous weekly challenges to go for only one good special race as the previous. But if so, And I do believe other Gran Turismo players has taken part to go enter for a DTM race in the Power Pack to be played on exclusive for the PS5 platform, but not on the PS4. So if you're about to think about it, just make yourself to go for only one single DTM event on the custom race, or hang out with friends to go racing in an online lobby. But after all, as I still might have to be planning for myself to go for the UDRS InSportTech Racing Series for this year, 2026 is only just the beginning, since putting up to have the introduction back from last year on 2025 for the first 3 races. But I'll have to keep up the good work, and gonna have to be move on until the 3rd week. We'll be expected on the lookout to wrap this up at the end of the current video before the next event in One Lap Magic, as we have to find out soon enough to see which kind of the manufacturer brand to go for the main date, or any kinds of specified wheel going or race car alike. But I don't know, we'll wait and see, and then the main date and GT7 racing journey will be continued on. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Dependent Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. We'll join in to get access for prize levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many more features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with a super thanks as an extra. We'll support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase like UDRS InSportTech, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries, along with some fairies whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.